Hi, I'm Josh from Posh Restaurant in Old Town Scottsdale, and today we're going to talk about how to make a plate look sexy. A few little tips for making good-looking presentation tricks to make your dishes look a little better and a little more professional, especially if you're a home cook. So we're going to make a salad. What better way to do kind of something that offers a lot of different creative aspects? Because, well, it's being served cold and you have a little more time to arrange things, just like it's artistic or like it's a painting. The odds are a little stacked against you when you're doing hot food and you need to get food out quickly. But we'll take the time to practice these tricks and trades on a salad. The first thing we need is we need lots of color. Radicchio is purple, that looks great. Red chilies are great. I have a little endive that's white. I have an apple that's green. I have some chicken liver mousse that's brown. I have some dark purple balsamic vinaigrette. I have some background white. And I have some crispy garlic chips. So what we have here in a chicken liver mousse salad with two types of lettuce, apples, and a little chili is we have different colors, different textures, and complementary flavors. As a chef, one of the things you always have to think of are those three key components, because we eat with our eyes and then all of our senses to follow. So we're gonna start off here with a couple different techniques to making sauces look pretty. Squirt bottles are definitely one. A lot of times you can start with a dollop of some kind of sauce on the end and do what people call a swoosh. If you want to take a spoon, take your dot and just make a little streak across the top. You can have a little dugout kind of funky slash or line, and you can fill it with a little vinaigrette for some color contrast. You've created a little channel for your second sauce. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to decide how to arrange our colors for flavor and texture. So I'm going to take some grilled radicchio leaves and I'm going to create just little teeny rolls of radicchio on the plate. These are already seasoned and ready to go. So I'm maybe going to take 3 rolls and I'm going to take those 3 rolls and arrange them on the bottom of the plate so that they have an even amount of space between them. We want to see a little bit of the color on the bottom of the plate because that's another contrast. For the mousse, what we're going to do is we're going to make something called a quenelle. I have 2 warm spoons. When you see a little football-like thing on your plate when you go to a fancy restaurant, that's called a quenelle. So the first thing we're going to do is fill 1 spoon with a small portion of our mousse and then fill the second spoon with it, twisting 2 to 3 times until you get a smooth surface and a nice clean football shape. We're going to take that, place it gently on the plate, scooping off with our last spoon, wipe our spoons off, and start over again at the same exact technique. Warm, clean water works the best. It will allow you the glossiest quenelle you have. And then we'll drop another quenelle on the plate. And then we'll rinse again, and we'll finally do that a 3rd time. Once all sides are smooth, when your water is warm and wet, you have to move a little teeny bit faster. Once I have 3 quenelles arranged on the plate, and now I'm going to take a couple of pieces of endive and layer them in between. Thus using the different layers as wedges to help create the style and the shape. Next thing I'm going to do is add a little more blast of color. I have these Julienne Fresno chilies, which add a little color and a little heat to the dish as well. I'm going to lay those right across the inside seam there. And then lastly, I'm going to take a little bit of an apple and do this funny little trick with an apple where I cut it in half and then in half again, so I have a flat quarter. And then we're going to make V shapes along the lines here, cutting 85 to 90% of the way through the apple, almost like little Russia dolls that keep growing out and getting bigger or smaller. They start big and get smaller and smaller. We're going to do the same thing with our apple. Once you've cut all the way through to your other cut, your little V-shaped wedge of apple should come out. And then we're going to do the same thing again, cutting down toward the bottom, cutting down toward the final cut, sliding that same piece out, doing it again, 85-90% of the way through, flipping it over, doing the same in the opposite direction. And now you have a little channel cut apple. So now we have different styles and presentation tricks all to put together one plate. So we have a plate with some height on it, we have some plate with some direction on it, and if you want to add a little sprinkle at the end, maybe if you have little funny salts or powders, I have a little fennel pollen here. I just give a little sprinkle of fennel pollen for the scatter effect. And now I have a funky, unique plate that will impress your friends. Broken down into small little tricks. So practice those little tricks and you can do all sorts of deviations. Relax and enjoy your beautiful food as you impress your buddies. Cheers.